Hey everybody. Oh wow. All right, so for me to stream on TikTok, I'm gonna have to A is downloaded. For me to stream on TikTok, I'm gonna have to set this up first, bro. Mm, all right, TikTok's gonna get dubbed for now, bro. Not until next time. I'll figure it out. Just not in the mood to unmess it up right now. Really just excited to get into some gaming news and play some
So great new
Divinity 2,
PlayStation 6 handheld slash
but I
PlayStation
definitely
Portable
want to
3
get
leak and
some
surprise news
content
from
returning
Sony.
to
Those
the
are the stories
news.
we're going to cover today. And if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it.
Please support this creator, bro. I'm partial to Sony fanboys, but so he does lean a little hard onto the Sony side. But please support this creator. Please drop a follow and drop a sub for your boy.
And as always, it's very much appreciated. First, are you more excited for the PlayStation 6 handheld or the PlayStation 6?
I think this is a very easy question. I'm very excited for the handheld, and I'm regularly excited for the console. The console, I really was already committed to buying like day one, you know what I mean? But the hype for the handheld has got me like through the ceiling, bro.
Home console. We've been talking about both for a bit now, and you guys
Through
know
the
I'm
ceiling,
excited for
bro. I'm
both.
so
But
excited for
after
this
hearing the
handheld.
handheld is dockable, my excitement jumped for the handheld
Yes,
more so. But
sir.
that's
Yes,
just me.
sir.
What about you?
The
So down
dockable is
below,
crazy,
are
bro.
you more excited for the PlayStation 6 handheld or
Yo, what are the frames on this? What is the frames on this gameplay,
the
bro?
home console? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the
Oh,
video,
Sly Cooper.
surprise news from Sony. Reading from Push Square, in a move that seems to have been planned behind the scenes for quite some time, Sucker Punch co-founder Brian Fleming has announced his departure from the Seattle-based studio after 3 decades of service. The bigwig has
Wow.
overseen the creation of legendary PlayStation series such
Bro, can you really like take yourself out of it for 1 second and be like, yo, people have been making games for longer than I've been alive.
as Sly Cooper, infamous and most recently Ghost of Yotei. In a statement, Sony said it had been working with Fleming all year to ensure the studio
And I would
is in
love
the
to bring
best of
Infamous
hands
back.
moving forward, which brings us to the developers and new studio heads who will assume the role beginning 1st January. Veterans Jason
Oh, are these guys? Does anybody know these guys? Jason Connell
Connell and
and
Adrian Bentley
Adrian Bentley. Might have to do a little bit of research and see these guys' background. I'm sure it'll be good for Sucker Punch. At least he's wearing the merch. Guy's smart enough to wear the merch.
The pair will be tasked with guiding the team's focus on ambition, character driven experiences. Connell worked as co creative director on both Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei, while Bentley most recently served
Hey.
as technical director. As you can probably tell from their previous titles, the
I really feel like with bringing in new quote unquote new blood, or at least a big change at the top. I really hope that it trickles down well, and we stop the remake train. We stop the remake train. We outsource the remake train, and we just take a couple of developers from here and there and get them back on the
pair
Naughty Dog
represent the
remakes.
best of Sucker Punch creative and technical talent, which Sony says will bring the perfect blend to their new leadership positions. Nate Fox, if you're wondering, will maintain a very high position at the studio as
Well, so he's not
co-creative
leaving.
director.
He's
While
not
he
leaving.
may seem like the natural successor to Fleming, we're going to assume he'd rather focus on all his energy on creative endeavors.
I
So a new
respect
era
that,
for Sucker
man.
Punch.
Your guy just wants to play game. Your guy just wants to make games he wants to make, and I respect it. I respect it. We need more creators in this space that want to do that. Only make games for the sake of making games.
Under new leadership, then, but the spirit of the studio will endure. So, salute to Brian Fleming for being a part of multiple franchises that I personally grew up on and enjoyed. I personally hope he's not fully retiring and maybe does what others do when they leave a major studio like this and start a small indie studio
Yes,
to do
sir. That's
smaller
all what we
creative
hope.
projects that maybe they couldn't have gotten green.
Man, we're so tired of hearing like, oh, X developer is leaving the studio to make a new game, and then it's 8 years between when that announcement happens and a game comes out, and the game comes out as trash. I heard very recently that it's a red flag for most people when they start hearing, oh, we took talent from this place and now they're working on X game. I think the most recent example is Jeff Keighley at the Game Awards. He's like, "Oh, we got Titanfall 2 devs, we got Titanfall devs," and then they released, not released, but they released a trailer for High Guard, and nobody was really excited about that. Nobody was really excited about that.
Lit at a major studio like Sucker Punch. Of course, we'll see on that, and if anything like that happens.
Man, I want an Infamous remake so bad, bro. So bad, bro. We keep getting the Last of Us remade. We get Days Gone remade. We get Horizons remade. Come on, bro. Let me get an Infamous
Of
remake,
course, he could
bro.
also just
This
retire
is like
and
the
take a
hero game. You know what
well-earned
I mean?
rest. Thanks to him, and of course, the people that have worked on Sucker Punch projects over the years, we had many, many great games to play. It's also interesting to see them here take the
Yo, what is the quality in this video, bro? Oh no, it says HD. It's just the quality he's recording it at. Well, it is a PS3 game. You can't get too mad at him, right?
Insomniac approach and have multiple people take on a
Oh, that
single
lob was
person's
crazy.
previous leadership role. I assume that's to keep things stable instead of
Am I the only one that like sometimes gets distracted by the gameplay in the background, especially if guy is popping off? I feel like if you're using background for your clips, you got to use like B-roll, bro, because I lose track of the story getting excited. Like, did you see how perfect that throw was? Did you see how
take
perfect
the
that mini
Insomniac
grenade was?
approach
Look at
and
this.
have multiple
Yeet.
people take on
Bang! Look, it literally stuck right next to him, bro. That's so perfect.
a single person's previous leadership role. I assume that's to keep things stable instead of putting the whole thing, the whole set of pressure on one person. You have two here to bounce ideas on and
Smart.
hopefully make good choices, of course. Let's see how the studio evolves. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on.
Yes, drop my boy a sub. If you want to stay up to date with gaming news, I would highly recommend this guy. My boy TCMF, bro. I'm damn. I didn't realize his thing started with TC. I'm not gonna change mine. I like TCNN or TCGN, but mm, mm.
On our way
Yes, drop a sub to my boy, bro.
to 150,000
He drops videos maybe like 3 times a week. I think it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
subscribers.
You're on your own. The blast core glows purple.
And like I said, I'm partial to Sony fanboys. I'm a Sony boy for real, for real. I only just now getting into PC this year. Sony fanboy all the way.
You cannot miss it.
I'll find it.
And now diving into the final story of the video, great new PlayStation
Let's
6
go.
handheld slash PSP3 leak. So recently we spoke about the next generation of PlayStation handhelds and how PlayStation is reportedly pushing for support for their new low power mode in the
Yes,
back end.
they're
according
pushing
to
for
Moore's
it.
Law's.
From what I heard, they're pressing developers about it. They're like, "Yo, figure out how to make my low power mode work on your game. Make it happen."
That they're really pushing it on developers. This new low power mode is how Sony seemingly intends to have backwards compatibility with their PS5 games for this new handheld. They currently, of course, advertise it as a environmental feature, but really it's a cover. They don't want to say handheld right away. They want to obviously save that for later. PS4 games
I do really like this concept. I like this concept because it's portable. You know what I mean? The point is for it to be portable. The PS Portal is really cool looking and very comfortable to hold and play, and the screen is very good. But what it lacks is portability. It's huge. It's gigantic.
will work on this new handheld since it's just max 1080p games, so it's perfect for it. But PS5 games are running at
I don't know if this is concept art he's using here. I might drop a
4K
comment
30,
and ask.
1080p 120, 1440p 120, and you'll have some games running at 4K 120. You can't run those games on the same performance levels on this new
Woo!
handheld because it needs a lot of power. So this new low power mode is supposed to be a way for developers to support the handheld and reduce performance levels before the handheld reportedly launches in 2027. The problem here is that developers are supporting this new mode, but they've kind of just reduced the FPS counter to 30 FPS and then they offer this mode as an additional option. That's an issue
That's a
for
little
Sony,
whack.
who wants developers to maintain.
It's very similar to the PSSR debacle when PSSR released for the PS5. Not that the software isn't good. The software is really good, but you need people to optimize it, and people who were just like patching it in and not optimizing it suffered for it. And you could tell because first-person Sony games, first-party Sony games, always looked excellent. Always looked excellent when PSSR came out. It wasn't. It was like Ubisoft with uh no, Ubisoft didn't make that. What? You guys tell me which studio made not Lone Survivor, Jedi Survivor. You guys tell me who made Jedi Survivor. That game struggled and Silent Hill struggled really bad with PSSR when it first came out. But that's the developer's fault. The developer didn't optimize it when they released it, and that's what it needed to do.
their performance levels. Like I
I also heard that they're sending people out to teach them how to use the PSSR software.
said before, you won't notice
I'm assuming they're gonna do the same thing. I'll stop pausing it. I'll stop pausing it. But I'm assuming they're gonna do the same thing with the with this low power mode. They'll eventually send people out to developers and be like, "This is how you optimize it. This is the best way to optimize it for your thing."
as much a reduction in resolution or visual effects on a smaller
Yeah, I
screen,
just love that
but
this
you
is so
will notice
portable.
a change
This
in
is
performance.
pocketable. You know what I
Jumping
mean?
from 60 FPS on your console, for example, which is what most people have gotten used to, then jumping to 30 FPS on the handheld is going to be noticeable
Yeah, it's gonna
and
be different.
reduce how smooth the game feels. And I don't think Sony wants that, but they're clearly not telling developers that this is for a new handheld. So developers don't have as much motivation to support it.
That makes
New
sense.
information has come out for
I'm obviously not a developer, but I would assume developers keep up with this kind of stuff. Why would they not want to? Why would you not want to use that as a bargaining chip in your repertoire?
from Moore's Law is Dead. According to him, Sony has patched in support for low power mode going all the way back to the first SDK for the PlayStation 5. This is significant because say you have a game that launched in 2020 and you want to support this new low power mode. A new feature like that would probably require you to update your SDK version for your game, but the problem with that for developers is that that could break things in their game. Their game would probably have to be regression tested again, and any issues would need to be fixed. This, of course, takes time
I'll let it play. I'll let it play
and
for an extra minute.
resources away from new work, and it depends on the developer if this is beneficial for them to do. So if Sony did patch in support for low power mode going all the way back to SDK 1.0, then that will allow any developer for any of their games going back to 2020 to just focus on optimizing performance for this new mode without having to worry about things breaking because they needed to update their
Sony is moving so smart for this next generation. Between ramping up production right now and the PSSR and the compression technology that they're using to reduce game files and the now all of the hints for the portal and the PSP3 and the low power mode. Sony is making moves for this next generation, bro. I've been telling everybody in my personal life, if you're gonna want to play games on something that's not a PC, the best place for you gonna be is the PlayStation 6. The best place to play games outside of PC will be PlayStation 6. Period. Period. I guarantee
into
you.
a new SDK version. They can just focus on optimizing it, and it's easier to get support for this new mode. now that they've patched it in to every version of the PlayStation 5 SDK. This is Sony clearly pushing heavily for developers to support this new low power mode. They clearly want as many games, as many PlayStation 5 games ready with this new mode supported day one. I assume Sony wants to announce that they have, most of your library ready to go on this new
Yes,
handheld
that's
at
going to be
launch,
the biggest
and
thing.
of course advertise that as well. According to Moore's Law is Dead,
Nobody likes resetting. Nobody likes resetting their game library. And with us being so far into the digital age, that's a real downer. Like people will actively not support your I believe people will actively not support your console if you're not able to get into a backlog of video games you already own because I'm a regular 9 to 5 gamer. I've spent thousands of dollars on games. I've been playing games literally all my life, but I know that's not too surprising to you guys. But yeah, people have huge backlogs. If you're not going to be able to play a large majority of your backlog off rip, people aren't going to want to play. People aren't going to want to use it.
Sony's also pushing developers to make sure their games run on a minimum of 8 threads for a CPU setup.
I don't
The
know what that means.
PS5, of course, supports 16 threads with its CPU, but according to Moore's Law is Dead, the PlayStation 6 handheld will have 4 gaming cores for its CPU, meaning 8 threads, which is another indication that this is for PSP3, the next generation
Let's
handheld.
go.
Sony should just tell developers this is for the new handheld, and that would most likely motivate.
I can tell why you can definitely see why they don't want to do that though, because even I don't want to take it political, but even like politicians are leaking information. You know what I mean? Nothing is safe in this digital era.
Them
Nothing
to
is
add
safe in this
support for
digital
this
era.
new low power mode at a faster rate, especially now that they've reportedly patched in support for low power mode for every PlayStation 5 SDK version. That's a big step. But you guys let me know if you've tried this new low power mode on your PlayStation 5 yet or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button.
Oh, drop
As
us
it
up for my
always,
boy.
also subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah, I told you Monday,
Now, I'll
Wednesday,
check you
Friday.
guys out on the next one.
Wait, hold on.
And
After show.
welcome back to the after show. This is the
Yes,
part of the
sir.
video where we have a little fun down.
This is a chunk of YouTube, a chunk of inspiration I actually want to steal and do an after show for most of the videos that I put up. Either it'll be a quiz, not necessarily a quiz, but he just asked a thought-provoking question at the end of the clip.
Down in the comments
At the end of the
below. If
video,
you're
rather.
old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is the body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with PlayStation on the go. This is obviously
My
in
mans were
reference
so
to
excited
their
for
new
the
upcoming potential
PSP3.
PlayStation 6 handheld or PlayStation Portable 3.
Yeah, what are we
I'm
calling
excited
it?
for it. I'm excited to hopefully see
I really like
more
PSP3.
leaks on it in terms of maybe how the design will look next year.
It's very
Maybe if they're using
not
OLED
aesthetic,
or
but
LCD.
very
I'm
like
assuming they're going to
palatable.
use LCD
PSP3.
similar to the PlayStation Portable, which
PlayStation
of
6
course that screen
handheld
always
console.
looks great. But I'm excited
PSP3.
for all of that. If you are as well, destroy the comment section with PlayStation on the go, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.
You guys don't think it'll get called the PSP3 though? I'm pretty excited about it. I feel like PSP3 is the wave. For sure, PSP3 is the wave. Alright, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Let me try and mess with my TikTok real quick. Hold on. I'll put you guys in a little waiting area for like 1 minute for probably 90 seconds or less is what I'm shooting for. 90 seconds or less, beloved. Alright, sorry for the break, everybody. Let's get back into it. I'm very excited to mess with some Divinity. Very, very excited to mess with some Divinity. This will be my first playthrough, my first character build and everything. I think I'm definitely gonna start a second playthrough though. So the my second playthrough I want to play with my homie, right? So my question is, do I? Why hasn't it not booted up yet? It still has not booted up yet, bro. There we go. That's better. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. Here we go. We in here, bro. Wow, I have to have a Larian account, bro? No way, bro. Wow, no way, bro. No way I gotta have an account. Alright, guys. I guess I'll have to hold out for a little bit, bro. That's terrible, bro. I really didn't want to do that, but whatever. That's terrible. I wonder if it'll... Damn, bro. It doesn't count my, This is terrible, guys. I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. A lot. How about you? Bugging. And that shit. Yeah, I'm tweaking. Alright, guys. Wow, I really wasn't expecting it to mess me up this hard. I really thought I would be in there 1, 2, 3 for real. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Bro, no way, man. It's so annoying, bro. I hate having to set up an account for anything, bro. This is why I play everything on PlayStation. Jeez, bro. I have my ring light right here, and it's sitting in front of my second monitor, believe it or not. Wow. Yo, this has literally been the first time somebody's ever had my username already, bro. No way. No way somebody has my username. That's literally not even possible, bro. I do not believe that for a second, bro. Oh, look, PlayStation. So I could just log in with my PlayStation account. Dummy, dummy. Oh, what? Look, it's literally the email I put, bro. Oh my gosh. This is why I just play everything on PlayStation. Sony fanboy for sure, bro. What is that? What is that, bro? What is that? Bro, you're lying to me, bro. Oh my gosh. If I knew I had to do all this, I wouldn't even started. I wouldn't even started streaming today for real, for real. It's ridiculous. So I'm logged in now? Account? Yeah, I'm logged in now. So hopefully, in theory, I can do this. I literally don't know it though. I literally don't know it though. A lot. How about you? All right, move out of the way for a minute, bro. Oh my gosh, why is it invalid? I'm beefing with these dudes, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. Lowercase, one uppercase, one lowercase, 8 characters. Oh, okay. Wow, I have no brain, bro. Figured it out. Let's do this. Bang. Oh my god! What is going on? One uppercase, one lowercase, one digit, bro. Come on. I'm about to crash out, bro. I just want to play the game. This is ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. Get off me. 8 digits in length, right? 8 digits in length, right? One uppercase, one lowercase, one digit. Yo. Internal server error, bro. I'm gonna tweak. I'm gonna tweak, bro. I'm gonna tweak, bro. Bro, I just want to play the game, bro. Literally, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm really starting to get irritated now. I'm really starting to get hot right now. Server error, bro. Bro, they don't give a fuck about me, bro. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. Bro, I literally just want to play the game, bro. Why is my life this hard, bro? And this is why I keep everything on this second tab away from you guys. You guys can see my icons, but nothing else. Ridiculous, bro. I'd very much like this to be my password, please. I'm about to end this stream straight up because I can't even play the game I want to play. I don't feel like getting cooked in Arc Raiders, and I don't feel like changing all of the titles for the freaking stuff. Internal server error, bro. Bro, I literally just want to play the game, bro. I literally just want to play the game, bro. Why can I not just play the freaking game, bro? This is literally the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. I guess I'll cut the clip in the beginning. I'll cut my video in the beginning, and that's it, bro. That's about to be it for the stream, bro. I'm literally gonna crash out, bro. Ridiculous, bro. This is literally why I just play everything on PlayStation, bro. Oh, why it take you so long to move to PC? All real gamers play PC, right? Oh, no, 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 no. No, get off my freaking jockstrap, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. Alright, guys. I guess, okay, I'll tap in with you guys later because I'm so off this, bro. Extra 10 minutes on my stream for no reason, bro. One more try, bro. One more try. I really, really want to play the game. Like, even if I shut off the stream, I'm dead just gonna keep trying it until I figure it out and I get it able to play. Because I've been thinking about it since like noon today that I've wanted to play this, bro. It's ridiculous. I'm really tight, to be honest with you. I'm really, really upset, to be honest with you. Because not only did I buy this for me, I bought this for my compatriot, so we could both play and be played together. Freaking ridiculous, bro. Because now it's not even saying stupid shit. It's just saying, oh, you gotta do the thing that you gotta do. Hello, my friend. Thank you. As for Mo? Yeah, thank you. I'm literally about to crash out, bro. Yes, over Divinity Original Sin 2. Yes, literally over Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm gonna crash out. Because why can't I just buy the game and play the game, bro? Crashing out, bro. I have no brain, bro. That's because I'm trying to do this and it's not what I need to do. What I actually need to do, I think I figured it out. I need to figure out how to log in with my Sony account, I believe. I believe. No, bro. I have zero brain. I have absolutely zero freaking zero brain cells, bro. Server error? Are Larian Studios error is server is done or like what? Internal server error. What does that mean, bro? It's ridiculous, bro. It's no way the servers are down or whatever, bro. And then linking my accounts sounds stupid. October 9th, bro. October 19th is the last time somebody was having this issue, bro. It's not even giving me this number code for the thing, though, bro. It's so hard to play my games. I wanna play. This is so dumb, bro. I don't know if I'm going crazy or not, bro. I need one digit. Internal server error. Yo, log me into my joint, bro. I don't even know an old password, bro, because it was set up with my freaking PlayStation, bro. It's an irreversible process. I don't want to do that. I'm logged into this stupid thing right here, bro, and I can't like check my password. I can't check to see what my password is currently, bro. No saves were found in my Baldur's Gate 3. I'm so mad, bro. I'm so freaking irritated, bro. Connected accounts. PlayStation, right? Cancel. I don't want to unlink it, bro. Stupid, bro. Getting me so mad, bro. I don't even remember this, bro. Oh, bro. I'm crashing out. All right, guys. Okay.